Hey everybody, Mr. K back here on a Saturday, and I'm going to update you on how my FLH anniversary shovelhead is coming along. And there it is on the table. You guys seen that, but got some new updates. I did get the chain on. And I did get an O-ring chain. Couldn't pass it up. Okay. Then I got, I've been working on my kickstand. Got my kickstand all on there. Nice and chrome. Got everything looking good, all the hardware cleaned up. Still got to work on this crash bar a little bit. Got that all hooked up, and I got my oil cooler hooked back up. Gonna start running lines again. There's all what you've seen so far. My rear brake caliper, and then we went ahead and got the rear hooked up with the master cylinder. We had to bleed everything. Got everything hooked up. Now I'm going to be probably having to take this back off at least a little bit when I go ahead to put the engine in. So there's that. I'm still looking for the correct plugs for there. Now I have plugs for down here, but I don't have plugs for the smaller ones up there. And I did got my front caliper all cleaned up and put the new hardware in there. And I have a bushing kit that went in here. You could buy an update bushing kit, put a new bleeder on, cleaned everything up with new pads and everything, so that's good. Pretty soon I'm going to be getting into the wiring and that, but I have some things that I need to take care of, like this piece right here goes right here for my floorboard, and I couldn't find any chrome ones. I did find one on the internet. It was like $60 just for that thing. I think what I'm going to do is just powder coat that or paint it, as long as in that with the bracket for this hose or horn, because the horn goes right in there around that area. It must have had a lot of rust, and then right there. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to either have that piece powder coated or painted, and then we'll just have it black. Getting my oil tank all cleaned up, getting it ready to go back in, and then I got my engine here. I got a new cam bearing, so we're going to go ahead and install that. And then I have a new cam on the way. Remember when I tore it apart, the cam was, the one lobe was starting to peel pretty good, so I ordered a new Andrews cam, and then I'll put a new cam seal in there. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and polish this up a little bit as much as I can. Nothing crazy. I got my filter, ordered a new filter. So that's where we're at right now. So then whenever I get the new cam in and I get all that, the cam shimmed, and get my lifters down up in there, before I put the barrels and pistons and all that stuff in there, I'm going to go ahead and drop this into the chassis and get it going, get my floorboards taken care of, and then start on the primary area. So it's coming along really nice. So going to keep updating you, and this is where we're at. All right, seemed like summertime, so enjoy everybody. Get out on two wheels. God bless. Okay, well, while I'm waiting for my cam to get here, I've been polishing. I bought myself a little Harbor Freight polishing wheel, mounted it with some C-clamps on a stool, and using some different chemicals and things. I've been cleaning everything with this, and then I've been coating everything in that, and it gets a nice rough paste on it. Then I hit it with the wheel and it comes out pretty nice. Now I don't want nothing too crazy, but I do like a nice finish on there so it looks somewhat like it did when it came out of the factory. So there's that. So I got that pretty close to the way I want. I'm waiting on my cam, and then I'll put a new cam seal in and shim the cam with a new gasket and everything. And now I'm going to start working on the heads. This is my head that needs the helicoil. So I'm going to go ahead. I got one hand. I'm going to go ahead and put a helicoil in there. But I'm going to take the rocker boxes off and clean up everything. Probably going to put the new cap nuts on there with the red, just because I like those. I might get chrome ones, I don't know. I got some chrome hardware for the rocker boxes, and then I'm going to take these rocker boxes off and clean them. Check the pads out in the rocker arms, and then I'll go ahead and polish these up. Okay, so that's where I'm at, and we're still working on the chassis. Once I can get my cam all up to date, I went ahead and remounted my horn and got my crash bar up. So it's looking really nice. Okay, gonna keep going. Okay guys, got my new cam in the mail and was excited, so I went ahead and put the new cam bearing in, and now I'm in the process of shimming it. And I thought, oh, I should show you guys. So I had to change the cam shim. I had about 20 thousandths of play. That's a little too much. Andrew's cam says between about 10 and 15. So I pulled it all apart, and I had an assortment of cam shims. So I pulled them out, and I got a 5 thousandths thicker cam shim, and I put it in there, and we're at about 15 thousandths, so that's pretty good. And I thought, well, I better show you guys what I'm doing, and I'm just pulling off my cam cover for the last time. I'll put a fresh gasket on. When you do these, you should always use a new gasket, but then when you go to put it together for final assembly, use another new gasket. And I have a Jim's tool that I use to pull off the cam, so that way I'm not hammering on it or messing around or anything like that. And it pulls it right off nice. And then you can go ahead and pull that off. Now, I don't have a tripod today, so I'm just going to have to do it with my one hand. And there's my new cam. It came apart. There's my new shim and all that. So there's that. And the shim's on the cam. So get our timing lines lined up. And we'll coat everything with a nice assembly lube. And get everything put together for the final. So again, wanted to update you. Got my new Andrews cam. Got an Andrews AB, just a stock replacement cam. So I'm excited to get this back together, and then once my cam cover's on, then I can go ahead and take it over and put it in the bike. So I'll show you where we're at when I do that. And alrighty. Okay, so got the cam lubed all up, got my timing marks all made, my breather gears also shimmed, and everything's looking good. Okay, so we're going to be able to start putting this back together. I got my fresh gasket. We're going to get that put on there, get our cam cover up in there, and then be able to bolt all that down. And then I will need a new cam seal. And we'll put the ignition in everything, but I can do that later. The main thing is getting the cam nose cover on so that when I put the engine back in the chassis, I'm not going to be fighting that. It's easier to do it up here. So, alrighty, we're coming along there. So, alright, I'll keep updating you. Okay, got that all trued up in there. Got my 15 thousandths. That's it. 15 thousandths. So you can put that in there. Hear it now. 15 thousandths worth of end play. And my breather, it's got nice. You can't really see it in there, but it's got nice. You can hear it. All right. Okay, so we're good there. And going to go ahead and put a cam seal in there, and then I'm stoked because we're going to go ahead and set it over in there. All right, so the next time that you see me on here, we should be getting ready to put the barrels and the lifters, and I'm working on the heads, and we'll be able to start getting the primary drive over on this side. And yeah, so it's going pretty good. All right, have a good evening, and God bless.